I'm gonna do a little, Sculpin, okay? There's one to the carpet. So one of the more embarrassing moments I had when I was back, I don't remember where I lived at the time. I think it was a while ago, but I thank God I had Justin at home at the time, because I don't know what I would have had to do. I had a hook that had gotten like stuck in the carpet but point up, and it was like a 1/0 salmon hook, and I ended up sticking it into my foot like 3/4 of an inch above the carpet. So I couldn't bend down far enough to get it unhooked, and I couldn't lift my foot like an inch off the carpet even. So I was literally stuck to the carpet, and I couldn't move like at all. It was super embarrassing. It would have been the one that if you were wearing the little thing around your neck, I would have literally had to like press the button and had someone come help me, because it was so deep I couldn't get it out. And then I'd do the mono trick and pull it out, and thank God he was there, because he had to actually cut it right against the carpet. It was super embarrassing. So needless to say, I need to remember to actually pick that one up from the carpet when I'm done here. All right, so this guy's gonna be a Sculpin, and which means I need to get some Sculpin colors, Sculpin-y colors, which I have no idea where all of them are. There we go. We'll do this guy. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go with this, like, I don't know, it's like an amber color, I guess. And what is this thing doing? There we go. My phone's being weird. This little bucktail here. And I, again, kind of hand stack that here, okay? This is super long, so I'm gonna stack it so it's not as long. Okay, I'm gonna do that, put that off the end here. Smash it down a little bit. Next up, I'm gonna take, find it. It's kind of crappy feathers, or it's gonna work. I'll take that guy. And I'm gonna add that to it. I'm gonna pull it a little bit gently, there we go, okay. So now that one's in there too. Gonna add some reinforcement. With the UV stuff again, hit it with a light, which I think I need to charge at some point here. Next, I'm gonna add in some flash. This happens to be Polar Flash in some weird green color. I don't know if they even still do this color. I don't know. And now drunk Freddie behind us, who was chainsawing earlier, is listening to really shitty, like mid-90s country, in case anyone can hear that. All right, so next up, I'm gonna put in another feather. Let's see, what color? That might be a little too big. This is one of the awesome die batch mess ups that I've done. It was supposed to be like a Kelly green, and I did it on a variant, and it turned out rad. All right, so go ahead with that guy in there. And I'm gonna add that to it. I take that back. I said it was shitty country he was listening to. This is probably the only decent country he's listened to all day today. This is probably Garth, I think. It's one of the best concerts ever I went to. Like 99 maybe? My first concert ever, I believe, was Boyz II Men. Super awesome. And then I don't know why anyone even spends money for things like that, but I did. And then I think the second one was live, seeing them at the Gorge, because at the time my folks, even though I was not old enough to probably see them, they thought, oh, live sounds like a happy enough band name. It's not like death metal, so we'll go ahead and let her do it. Yeah, not a good idea. We went down into the mosh pit, and one of my friends had her toenail ripped off because we were like high schoolers that were jumping around with a bunch of grown men. It was not entertaining. All right. So now we've got this, okay? So I'm going to add in another flash of some sort. My phone, for some reason right now, it's not, which is recording, it's not showing me any comments, so I'm hoping that people aren't asking them. I can't tell if they are or if they're just not, it's not telling me, so forgive me if there is any. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing because ADD me, I'll not go back to it probably. All right, so right now I have some gold flash, okay? And that's going to go off the back end as well, 2 pieces of that. And then I'm going to do one last green variant feather that has like a dark spine on it, okay? Just to give it that really good Sculpin-y kind of look to it. And now we get to play Guess the Feather again, try and find it. Dang it. Aha, I found it. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, good to go. Reinforce it. And that's the last feather I'm going to put on for this one, okay? There's that. Now I'm going to tie this down till, oh, there's the chainsaw again, so he's back chainsawing again, drinking. Shocker. All right. Perfect. So now that guy's done like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of copper body braid. And I'm going to do it to about halfway up the shank. And go, there we go. All right, so now we're about halfway up, and what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of Senyo's dubbing here, okay? And this, just to give it a little bit of a red throat. I'll show you why in a second, because it's gonna be hidden otherwise. Oh, that's what that is, so we'll just do that. All right, stuff on my face. Okay, so now it's got that on there. I generally don't use like pre-made brushes. However, in this case for this fly I do, because I don't know, why not? If I could find where I put it. It works pretty well, and I'm kind of lazy sometimes, so it makes it a little bit easier. I've got so much crap on my desk right now, it's not even funny. Once I find where I put it, got about 10 more I could use if I have to, so I'm not too worried. Well, first let's start with this then, while I try and find where I put that stupid thing. Let me grab a different one then. Not that it matters, because what's going to happen is I'm going to find it right afterwards, so it's kind of Murphy's Law. I've had so much crap. All right, so what I did buy is These things at Michael's or any other craft store are super cheap and they're super easy to get. It's like a fur boa thing and it works really, really well for Sculpins and such. I don't know for sure, but it's very similar to what they used to call Model Boo that Spirit River used to make. And it's kind of a blend of a bunch of different kinds of marabou. It works really, really well for things like this. So I'm gonna kind of hand stack it here. I found it. Here we go. Score. All right, it only made it 3 feet away from me somehow. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna hand stack it. Okay, and I'm gonna do this with it. Okay. And now normally I would cut off these ends. I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna fold them back and just barely wrap over them so it adds actually a little bit of bulk to it and keeps it from collapsing, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is take one of these pre-made brushes that I love to hate. It's way easier to just do it at home sometimes, but there we go. This is one of the rubber leg brushes. And again, I apologize, for some reason my video isn't showing, it's not updating at all as far as comments. So I apologize if people are asking questions because I can't see a darn thing right now. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take this and I'm going to tie it in. And go forward, okay? And now I'm gonna take it and I'm going to wrap. And this is one of the rubber leg, I don't know, whatever the hell it's called. It's one of the EP brushes. I want to say the color is Everglades, but I'm not positive. Might be just something as exciting as Sculpin. It sure should be, I think. All right. There we go. I like to cut it back just close enough to fold it back with my thumb, the wire piece. Otherwise, you're going to end up with it cutting your thread, which is super annoying. I'm assuming it would also cut your line or leader. So now I go through and do this so that I pick out all the rubber legs that are stuck in there. Okay. And then go through and I whip finish. Now, obviously for Sculpins and rivers, things like that, it makes sense to do this with a hook up, right? In Puget Sound, they don't need to be right on the bottom. They actually do swim a little bit off the bottom. And I could achieve that with a sinking line. So there's no need to actually, I don't think, have them exactly on the bottom. And flatwings don't work as well the other way around with the hook up. It's harder to actually achieve that. You could still do it. It just doesn't work as well and doesn't look as well. So right now, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna cut the bottom a little bit so it's a little bit flat on the bottom. I hope I don't cut too much because I tend to like to do that. And then take it and add some eyes to him too. We're gonna add red eyes just because I can. Same deal. These guys are the Flymen, the fish skull living eyes, and this one is, I believe this is Fire is the color, and it's a size 4 or 5 millimeter. Now, because it's a Sculpin, I like to leave the eyes a little bit further apart and a little bit more of a triangular top. So I'm gonna put a little drop of this down. And hit it and hope they don't move. They didn't, yes. Okay. That stuff stuck to me. All right, now I'm gonna take it, turn him over, and hit it again. Oh, it smells so bad. All right, now I'm gonna hit it one more time here with this. All right. One more time here. Now, I don't know if you can see, I'll show you in a second here, but this throat glows so much on this, which is pretty awesome. All right, so he is now done. I'm gonna go in and take one of my pens and color in that olive, or the thread white that I used into olive. We go back and I'm gonna take some of that marabou on the top of him, and I'm gonna color that a little bit. And